Hello everyone, welcome on your YouTube channel of Lal Bagh Girls Inter College. This is Jyoti Singh. Class 7, as we have started with the chapter number 2 in civics, that is democratic in action, in which we have discussed about the first topic in your first part, which is universal adult franchises. In this part, we are going to discuss about the very important 3 topics in this part. One is the elections, second is the secret ballot, and the third is electoral constituencies. So let's learn about it.
So children, before I'll start with the today's topic election, those who are watching this video, before you start to watch the video, just open your notebook, page number 170, along with your pencil in your hand. So take your pencil in your hand. Whenever I'll say these are the important points, you just mark in your notebook. So let's start with our today's topic, elections. In a true democracy, it is an essential condition to conduct elections at a regular interval, just like your exams. Your exam is essential for regular purpose or regularly. It is very important that exam will be conducted regularly at a different interval. Just like that your exam will be conducted regularly, in India, your elections will be conducted like this. Alright children, so in India, elections for the legislature are held after every 5 years. So this is the important point you can mark, that in India, elections for the legislature are held after every how many years? Every 5 years. So legislature elections held after every 5 years. So whenever 5 years will be completed, then next legislature election will be conducted. So next point is what? Elections are also held for the state legislative assemblies and the local bodies like the municipal corporations of communities and Jilla Parishads. So elections are conducted by an independent body, and that independent body is what? That independent body is called as the Election Commissions of India. This question you have already done in your previous lecture. So the next point is what? The Election Commission is the highest constitutional authority to conduct elections in India. So this is the feature of Election Commission of India. That means this Election Commission is the highest constitutional authority. So this is the important point you can mark, highest constitutional authority. So if I ask the question, who has the highest constitutional authority to conduct election in India, then your answer will be Election Commission of India. Now the next point, the Election Commission consists of the Chief Election Commissioners and other 2 election commissioners. So the number of election commissioners are decided by the President of India from time to time. So this is also important point, the number of election commissioners, how many election commissioner will be in India, and that all decisions will be decided by the President of the India from time to time. So at the constituency level, the returning officer appointed by the Election Commission is the main official responsible for conducting elections. What is this point is saying? At the constituency level, the returning officer appointed by the Election Commission is the main official responsible for conducting elections. So at each polling booth, about 5 officials are appointed. One is the president officer, another 4 are the polling officers who assist the presiding officer in conducting elections. That means they are the helping bodies in the elections. So this is all about the election. Now we move with the second topic is what? Secret ballot. So let's learn about the secret ballot. Voting is done by a secret ballot. Secret ballot means that no one knows who has casted vote for whom. That means no one is known that you are voting for whom. So these type of secrets is called as a secret ballot. So here in this picture you can see the girl is standing inside the box and she has hidden totally what she is doing in that box. That means where and who has casting vote for whom. Right, children? So this gives the voters the freedom to choose candidate of their choice. So there are no pressure on any other voters. So even after voting, this accuracy is maintained so that the voters could vote without any fear. Alright. Now we will see that the electors' constituencies. So let's learn about the electoral constituencies. For the purpose of conducting elections and ensuring the representation of people in the legislature, every state is divided into small divisions, and that small divisions are called electoral constituencies. All right. So here is the question arises, what is electoral constituencies? You can write your answer that for the purpose of conducting elections and ensuring the representation of people in the legislature, every state is divided into small divisions, and these small divisions are called as electoral constituencies. Now these electoral constituencies are divided in such a manner that every constituency get equal number of population in each constituency. Just like that, just listen this example. If your class is of 7th, right, and your class strength is 100, and teacher has get the difficulty to take your attendance because 100 students are present in one class. If I divide the section into section A and B, it will be easy for the teacher to take the attendance. Just like that, in an election time, lots of people are there. It is very difficult to take their votes in a particular time. So it's better to divide the population in two different parts, in which we are totally considered that this population has to be equal. That means 50 is either on this electoral constituency, or 50 will be on the other electoral constituency will be there. All right. So just like that, this will help them to vote properly. Now we move with the next point. As we follow one man one vote system, that means a man can vote for one and for one time, not for more than one time, not for others for 2 times. All right. So we follow the one man one vote system. So this is the important point. You can write that in India we all are following the one man one vote system. The number of citizens in each constituency should be the same. People elect one representative from each constituency, as we have a single member constituency system in India. So children, in this part we have seen the elections, we have seen the secret ballot, we have learned about the electoral constituencies. At the end you will get your one assignment question, which you have to write your answer in the comment box. Before you will write your answer, first you will write your name, that it will be called as your lecture attendance, and I'll take your as a class record, and it will give you a marks and after your all the unit tests, your all these marks will be added in your half yearly exam. So please take it seriously, everyone. At the last, you will get one assignment question which you have to write your answer in the comment box. So if you like the video, you just like this video and share to other children. And if you get any problem, any query, you can ask in your particular class time on WhatsApp, or you can ask any question in the comment box also. So thank you, children.